So that's another Mr. Meeseeks on the road again. If you haven't watched the previous videos, that won't make any sense at all. So I just spent the last two actually explaining them. So yeah, I don't know if I can be bothered to make a separate playlist for them. No one really goes on the playlists anymore. Could come back and do it later, I don't know. I think we've done all of these Yorks games. Now there was something I always wanted a decent version of, was you know, something like a slot car racing game for the computer. No one has ever done that. They've never managed it. I don't know why. It seems like such a simple thing. Now, apart from like specialised ones, basically you create a track and there's a limit to how many you can make, but you know, if you did a computer version you'd have unlimited parts, so money would not be an issue. You wouldn't have to spend hundreds on like these super large Scalextric sets. So the first time I played like slot car racing was my older cousin. He had the Mini Cooper Scalextric swings. So I wonder if they ever bothered to make a game out of this. Would have been a quite good like mini game sort of thing. I don't know what that means. So yeah, he had the Mini Cooper things. I think one was red, one was yellow Scalextrics. Now the whole point with your basic Scalextric set was you're racing someone around the track, and the point is you can only take certain corners at a certain maximum speed. So it's actually 1970s F1 minus the reliability. Well, fucking hope so. When you first buy it, it should be perfectly working to its absolute essence, which is you can go as fast as you want on the straights, but whoever gets closest to the maximum possible way of going around the corner. Now this would be different on a real racetrack, because on Scalextrics you only get, I think you only get like 90-degree quarter of a, you know, circle kind of track to do the curves. So the minimum thing you can have is a 90-degree. Yeah, so you probably change that. You probably have 45-degree pieces. I don't know if that was an optional extra. But yeah, I didn't get to play that. He was playing that with his dad and I got to watch. Maybe I got to have like one quick go, and I was like, but I was still fascinated. This probably was like when little kids first saw, you know, their older cousin with his brand new on the market. Insert your favourite format here: Spectrum, C64, BBC Micro, blah blah blah. You get the idea. Now I had Race and Chase by Matchbox, Power Track, PT 6000 I believe, and the artwork for the box on the side of it, it was just brilliant. There's just some of those. So if I ever wanted to buy one, it was always, the box has to be in pretty mint condition. You know, a candidate for doing you know, a brand new re-release of the box cardboard. And that had a ramp on it, which was also like a seesaw drawbridge kind of thing. So if you go up the ramp slowly, you can make it tip over, and obviously the car behind you, like if presumably the police car, but, you could come up with all sorts of stories there. No, I would do, no, yes. I better finish this. What's KI? Well, I think I'll just do yes for the next three, but we will spin out. That's what I'm trying to explain. That is the most important part of these things. So no for that, and we'll have yes for that. More bad news. This guy is very confident about his abilities on a worldwide scale. So that's quite nice. Right, that'll be enough for a weird sample. Okay, well we're in this pool, select tracks, so I've got different tracks. Trying to find something that will be similar to a Scale Electric track that you might buy. So it's either that or that. This one looks like something you'd build. Right, do I have to press 1? No. So the graphics are really tiny. So the chicanes I don't agree with, they weren't that bad. I thought we'd done it so the the computer drive was shit. Now you don't actually have brakes on a slot car. And slot cars are a lot of fun in real life. I still remember getting Race and Chase for Christmas. I was really happy. That was like wrapped up under the tree. I think I was about 8 years old when I got that, so it would have been the my favourite house from my childhood. There was only 2 anyway. You can't even keep up with that asshole. So that's the problem with this game. If you're going to do a one-player version of the game, you should have the option to, well, you could call it practice, I suppose. But the other driver should not be bloody perfect. That's always a problem with driving games, especially on the 8-bit era. I mean, just going maximum speed, you shouldn't be losing anything, even though this is not how you play it. Nah, see, this guy's not very good at writing games. That's a shame. That's why I didn't really try Atlantis, but we ain't got long on the battery here. This is going to be the end of the meze. Just a bit of, strained yogurt. I'm not calling it Greek yogurt. That's what knobs call it. And supermarkets trying to sell you the Greek dream. I was in Napa, so I have to buy Greek yogurt now. So I can remember. Yeah, anyway. I have to go this way. There we go. Yorgos Games. There we go. Yeah, Atlantis we were going to do. There we go. Let's get this ball rolling. So yeah, that is really the crux of the game. The cars slow down if you take your foot off the accelerator. Now, obviously, they're analog controls, so you should probably use the paddle controllers. Yeah, it would be the paddle controllers because you want a fixed maximum. You don't want the driving controllers from Indy 500. So yeah, paddle controllers. And it'd have to be scrolling because the graphics are just too small to be of any interest to anyone. Well, I think that's really possible. Just a basic scaled down electric scale model racing. That's what Scale Electrics really stands for. Hey, come on. Hey, stop. Yeah, whatever. I had Atlantis for my VCS, thank you. I only had two in Magic games, Atlantis and Riddler the Sphinx. We'll do yes and yes, whatever. And this one. And this one. Go. The sound on the VCS version, especially when they use their teleporters, is wicked. So the explosions are not as good, but the shot sounds are the same. The graphics are kind of the same. I think Magic did actually do Atlantis for the VIC-20. I'm pretty sure they did it for the VIC-20. So you basically press left or right while firing to use the different side turrets. On this one you have to press up. So this is probably his best game actually. This is better than Super Cobra as far as the conversion. I don't think this was out on the ColecoVision. However, it might be out on the Atari computers. That's a bit of a lucky shot actually. Ah, come on man. You could probably make a really nice bespoke controller for this game actually. I think I used to do this on my VCS. But when you pay 30 quid for a VCS game in like 1982 and you're a little kid, you have to play the game whether you like it or not. So I actually did bother to learn how to play Riddler the Sphinx on the Atari. I bet no one's done that game justice on YouTube. Someone who had it remembers everything about it, what you're supposed to do, and some good tips as well as a review. I don't care if they do it on an emulator or real hardware. I only make real hardware videos because it's just how I'm playing the games. It's got nothing to do with whether it's easy or not. It's actually a lot harder, as you can tell by the video quality on most of my videos. It's tricky actually. See, on the VCS they immediately appear at the next thing. Atlantis was a very simple game, but I played it a hell of a lot on my VCS. Which is why we have to get the bloody 24-inch Sony Trinitron up here. So if you know you're going to miss, you can do a bit of a mix. Yeah, this dipstick's not good for like this game. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think the VCS version had that. Someone should do a really nice Atari 800 version of this game with all the display list interrupts, making use of all those lovely 256 colours. It looked great, actually. These are not technically the best sprites I've ever seen on the C64, so it's not like they would be particularly difficult. And they don't move vertically, so you could use display lists for those. Actually, you could use raster interrupts to make these more colourful too. Maybe he's actually doing that. That's how they do it on the VCS anyway. People really should have taken a lot more note of how VCS games were done. Yeah, shit. Yeah, the AI in this game wouldn't be very good at Manic Miner, I'll tell you that. Actually, might play Manic Miner for a bit. I ain't played that for a long time actually, but we'll see. I've still got my chores to do. It's a nice little breakfast game this, if you had like a massive like TV and you know, real VCS and a zipstick joystick in there in good condition. It'd be a great way to like digest your scrambled eggs or whatever you had for breakfast. Oh, these things are getting serious now. I should mention Stargate Atlantis rips these off badly, and I'm going to prove that with a video one day. Someone should ring the copyright lawyers at Imagic, whoever owns their IP right now. Right now, do it! Yeah, it's pretty much the same game over and over. So, a small, extra small side dish of meze there for you. Watch the other videos.